Yes, the Concacaf Champions League is finally ready to continue on August 11th. It seems like a lifetime ago that the quarterfinals ended, but now the semifinal is finally set to begin with the first leg. So let's take a look at the teams and how they've been playing recently and give our predictions for who we think will win and progress to the final. So first off, we have Monterrey versus Cruz Azul. Now, Cruz Azul were the champions of this past Clausura season with 41 points and won the Campeón de Campeones Cup, where the winner of the Apertura season and the Clausura play against each other, and Cruz Azul won it. That being said, they have started off this new Apertura season rather weak, losing their opening game at home and drawing their second. Not sure if the fact that they already won so much is maybe affecting them. Maybe they just aren't as hungry to win as they were before, but I'm sure they will want to win the Champions League, especially since they are already so close. They already had six titles in this regional competition, including some that they won back when it was known as the Champions Cup. Their most recent title, and only one under the Champions League rebrand, was back in 2014. So to win their seventh would actually tie them with America as the most successful in this competition. So it would actually be a pretty big deal for La Máquina. But in order to do that, they need to first get past Monterrey. Now, Monterrey also did not start off this season very strong, drawing their first game against Puebla, but they did manage to get back on track with a solid win over Pumas. But I'm not sure if they win their next game against Mazatlan, who have been surprisingly good, but that's a little off topic. Either way, I think Monterrey will be in slightly better form than Cruz Azul when they meet for the first leg, with both Mesa and Vergara as being especially sharp at the moment. And players such as Funes Mori, Jesus Gallardo, and Hector Moreno will be returning from a disappointing Gold Cup, and so they may use that as extra motivation to do well here. And they will be playing the first leg at home, which will be a big boost for them. And I definitely see them winning this one at least 1-0. Now, Cruz Azul is still a strong team, and as such, I could see them maybe being able to draw it, let's say like 1-1, which would be huge for them to get that away goal. But no, I think Monterrey will win it and not concede any goals. Their defense has been more solid than Cruz Azul so far this season. So I say they win it 1-0. And for the return leg, it will definitely be harder away, but all they will need is just to score one goal. And I think that would be enough to seal it for them. Because then Cruz Azul would need to win by 3 goals. And I honestly don't see that happening. I think they might win this game, but it would still be like 2-1, which means Monterrey would still advance on aggregate thanks to that away goal. So yes, I'm picking Monterrey to advance to the final. Okay, so now we have the more interesting matchup of Club America versus the Philadelphia Union, the last MLS club standing. So first, let's take a look at America and see how they are doing of late. They did finish as runners-up in the last Clausura season, which was a disappointment for them. And so far this season, they have done relatively okay. They drew their first game away from home, but won their second, which they did play at home. And I feel they have more than enough motivation to win here, not only because they will be wanting to make up for the loss in the league, but also for especially last year's Champions League, where they lost to LAFC also in the semifinal. And that loss was so embarrassing that they fired their head coach over it. So they will definitely do everything they can to avoid a repeat, especially against yet another MLS team. Plus, Memo Ochoa will be back from a disappointing Olympic run, but having their star goalkeeper back will be a big boost for the team. And now the Philadelphia Union. Now, as stated, they are the last MLS club standing, and so far have done very well in their debut to this tournament. So they, of course, will want that to continue and progress to the final. They're currently third in the Eastern Conference table with 28 points and have done well so far this season with 7 wins, 7 draws, and only 4 losses. But their most recent form has been a little shaky, with a loss to Orlando followed by 2 draws with some of the worst teams in the league with Inter Miami and the Chicago Fire, both of whom are at the bottom of the table. They did manage a win against Toronto in their last game, however. But they are going to need to be at their utmost best in order to have any chance against Club America, with Shabilko as their most consistent attacker this season with 6 goals and 2 assists, 3 of which have been in the past 5 games. However, they will need all of the rest of Santos, Burke, Gazdag, and Fontana to be at their sharpest. Now, Monteiro seems to be leaving the club on a transfer, and although Anthony Fontana was electric at the start of the Champions League, But unfortunately, that form just never translated to the league games, though he has been sidelined largely due to injuries. But the truth is, the Union need all the help they can get in attack right now. So they need Fontana to get healthy and fit fast and hope he is able to regain that same form he had against Saprissa and Atlanta. In addition, they will need their defense to continue to be rock solid, especially with central defenders like Jose Martinez and Leon Flack, who will be called upon to snuff out the many attacks America will launch at them. Anything to make Andre Blake's life just a little bit easier. But even then, they will rely on him as well to showcase his shot stopping ability more than ever. If the Union are able to get all that, then they definitely have what it takes to upset Club America. But now, will they? Well, the first leg will be played at the Estadio Azteca, so a win there seems highly unlikely. Their best hope is to keep America at bay and somehow end in a nil-nil draw. But even that might be asking too much. I definitely see America winning that one at least 1-0. And so it will all come down to the final game, which the Union will play at home. They will need that home advantage and hope the crowd can be that 12th man for them. Again, if they can get all three of the things I stated, Andre Blake, the defense, and the attackers being at their sharpest, then I could see them pulling it off and maybe get a 2-0 win here. Now, to be honest, that's just me hoping the Union can do it because I want to see another MLS versus Liga MX final. My head absolutely says Club America advance, and all things really do point to that being the case. But you know what? That was the exact same thing with Mexico versus the US for the Gold Cup, and look how that went. So if that can happen, then literally anything can happen. I'm backing Philly to pull off another miracle and immense upset. Because why not? So those are my picks for who makes it to the final. But now, what do you think? Who do you think will win and why? Let me know down below. And as always, thanks for watching. This is American Soccer United, the place where American soccer fans unite.